I'm all for talking about iconic moments in Madison Square Garden, and it just feels like we're seeing it again, man. It just does feel like it, Frank, right?
I agree. I agree. That's why I'd like to see my boy Charles Oakley there. I know, there's been like a nasty falling out, but we're seeing all these other Knicks sitting there, some of whom never even won a playoff game, much less a playoff series, and it's the 30th anniversary
Yeah. So
of
what?
the Knicks winning.
I saw you mention that. So where are we on that? I know that's the
Man,
third rail.
I don't think it's good. I talk to Charles a lot. Charles, Charles loves talking basketball, and he's excited about this team because he likes the way that they play. And I think you know this, Rich. Every time the Knicks have a good team, and back in 2013 they had one, and right away the '90s Knicks, the '90s Knicks. And I know people are going to roll their eyes. What do you care about the '90s Knicks? You guys never won anyway. That's what they'll say to the fans. But there was something about that team that resonated with New Yorkers, how hard they played,
Yeah.
diving for loose balls. And I think this team has a little bit to them. It's no, they don't get caught up in all the nonsense. It's not a lot of the it's just going out there, playing hard, and they clearly take their cues from their point guard, who's just a no-nonsense player who plays for a no-nonsense coach. And it's all about winning, because ultimately that's all the fans really want, and that's what you're getting now in New York.
Well, every time I hear people, oh, the '90 Knicks didn't win anything, it's like the '90s Knicks were like everybody else in the Jordan era. They were like Drexler, they were Charles Barkley, they were Karl Malone and John Stockton.
You're right.
They were everybody else. Name it. The Pacers, the bad boy Pistons after the Bulls finally got past them. The Knicks were just like everybody else, where they could have been champions at another time. And unfortunately, when Jordan finally did have to depart the scene, there is Hakeem Olajuwon saying, "It's my time." I get it. I understand. But it was a time where, after the doldrums of the 80s hit, and Bernard King was kind of the only bright spot outside of getting Ewing's envelope chosen out of the, lottery machine, whether it was frozen or not. This made it feel like it's back. The feeling is back. And I kind of feel that way right now. And speaking as somebody that swore off the team because of Oakley, because of what happened to him, Brunson's pulled me back in, man. He has totally pulled me back in, Frank. 100%.
And he's got that DNA in him from those '90 Knicks, obviously from his father and from Tom Thibodeau. And he kind of knows, he has an idea of what it could be like there and what's expected. I'm glad you brought up Michael Jordan. They should have had him on the telecast for the last game, because that's the guy that did own the Knicks, because the Knicks can never beat Michael Jordan. Reggie Miller, they were 3-3 against. And at Madison Square Garden, I love Reggie Miller. I'm not trying to kill Reggie Miller.
Right.
But he was 6-12 in playoff games at Madison Square Garden. So let's slow it down.
Or he was 6 for 12 in the last 10 seconds of that one game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's the
I
way
get
it
it.
felt. That's the way it felt,
Game 7 in '94, he also shot an air ball with like 24 seconds left. I love the guy. I'm just trying to,
by the way,
he's not Michael Jordan. Put it that way.
I love the guy, but let me kill him. No, I'm just kidding. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.